define for the benefit of our audience who are not maybe familiar with the concepts, what are ontologies and knowledge graphs in the context of industrial manufacturing, and then maybe talk to us about, you know, the role that knowledge graphs play in sort of like advancing that interoperability and analytics.
So in very basic terms, and I'm not the most technical person to talk about that, but in very basic terms, you have the ontology part and you have the knowledge graph part, and they are different. The ontology part, you should see it more as a schema, as a structure, which gives you the high-level view on how things connect between each other. The knowledge graph instead is more on the actual instance of data that you're populating the graph with. So you create a schema, you create the ontology, which gives you how things are connected between each other. And it's when you populate that with actual data that you have a knowledge graph. So those are the basic difference. But this has been from our experience, which we have been working on this for quite a long time. This is actually a big threshold or a big barrier to overcome, because it's slightly different concepts and approach compared to more traditional software development and so on, where you have the normal structured databases. And but that's basically the concepts behind. You have the structure. It's just that the ontology gives you more than just having an information object. It tells you how is that information object connected to other things, so that you actually can understand when you're talking about someone. One of the very important things is the context. The context might change completely the perspective of when you're using a certain word and when you're using certain data. So, for example, something that we work with a lot as a manufacturing company is working with parts that we use to build a truck, right? But apart from a logistics perspective, is totally different from a production perspective, or from a development perspective, or from a design 3D model, or when you have an embedded circuits within that part. So you can see it for so many different directions, and working with ontologies and knowledge graphs gives you the ability to create this and contextualize the data so that you actually understand where and how is this coming into play. So that is, but that is currently a journey that we are on and trying to go for at Scania, basically.